Viewer discretion is advised.
How was it?
What up, heel faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, that's Thump Dupree, and we've got a special guest, Shane Mercer, in the house, GCW wrestling veteran, fucking brute strength, all the caveats. We'll get into it right after this.
Running moonsault and back. Mercer again looking for a military press. Oh my God! Right into a tombstone power drop. That's insane. Another memory and a Cambodian heritage. Oh Jesus Christ! Inside the ring. Look out! It's a running story. Just watch it. Oh my! No way! Oh my God!
All right. Outstanding, guys. Well, thank you, Shane Mercer, for joining us. Draven, do you want to give our boy a proper introduction?
Well, let me with the whistle. Good shit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight we have a very special guest from Lexington, Kentucky. GCW wrestler, JCW wrestler, IWA Mid-South wrestler, the one, the only, the Iron Demon himself, Shane Mercer. Shane, welcome to the show.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
Good, sir.
So, let's get all the obligatory nonsense out of the way. So what made you want to get into wrestling?
I wanted to be a wrestler ever since I was little. I mean, like, you know, when they ask you that question in kindergarten, they always ask you what you want to be. My answer was a wrestler. Fast forward to my senior year, whenever they do those skills activation tests and they ask you what you want to be, my answer did not change. It was still want to be a wrestler. But it all started with my dad took me to a video vault, if y'all remember those back in the day around some places. And I was just looking for tapes and stuff. I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. And I seen a box cover of Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior with electricity all over it. And I thought it was the coolest shit ever. Rented it, fast forward to the main event, watched that match first and fell in love.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
So who did you kind of idolize growing up in wrestling? Obviously, you just named one, but like who were your favorites?
Oh, the first one to capture my attention, obviously, is who I just named, Ultimate Warrior. I love the intensity of, as a kid, you got to think from a kid's point of view, seeing all the neon lights and he looked like a superhero.
Yep.
And the kid, that was a superhero, and that's what drew attention. I know nowadays wrestling's different, where everybody cares about more backstage than they do sometimes what's actually in the ring. But back then, you only cared about what you saw on TV. That was it. And that was the intensity and crazy stuff that he brought to the ring, and I thought that was cool. As I grew older, I started, of course, fall into I liked Taz. ECW Taz. Let me change it up. ECW Taz. And Undertaker, of course. Just different variety of people. Rob Van Dam, loved him a lot too.
Where did you train?
I trained with Bull Payne. It wasn't no specific area necessarily because I came straight into the ring without being formally trained because we bought a ring and had one in our backyard for years. So I knew how to bump and everything. I didn't know the psychology and stuff to how to do it. But then after I got with Bull Payne, he took me on the road and taught me the proper way. Him, Todd Morton, and Mitch Ryder all took me under their wing.
Right on.
Nice.
So here's the question that I've been stewing with for the last several hours after watching a lot of your YouTube. Bro, who was the first person that you convinced to let you try that fall away moonsault? Like, did you have a hard time getting people to say, fuck yeah, let's do it?
No, actually. It started on a trampoline, just wrestling with my buddies, when we was like teenagers. Really? And then I was hey, let's just try some. Because back then, when we was wrestling, we could do stupid shit anyway. We could firebomb somebody. They would bounce back up, catch them in a choke slam, bounce back, just crazy stupid stuff. But it was cool. Right. So then we were like, hey, let's try other stuff. And then I grabbed somebody and did a backflip with them. And then they were like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you do it so seamlessly, man. It seems like that makes sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, you did it on a trampoline.
I've been doing it now for 20 years, honestly. By the time you go back to the yard days and stuff, that it kind of becomes second nature because it's if you look at the logistics of the move, it's not that complicated. I could probably fall off if I have somebody and I'm holding them and I just fall straight back and then put a little nudge, their weight is going to make me flip. Just like if you you have a ruler and you tape a rock to the end of it, you stand it straight up, it's going to fall in a direction. All you got to add is a little. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the one that would bring more protests from me would be the tombstone moonsault. That is, I don't know how dude doesn't get concussed every time because that whip in that direction. Whew.
Yeah, it's the same mechanics as a moonsault and battery, but of course from a tombstone position. I just can't do it to somebody that is taller than me. Has to be shorter.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So obviously you're steeped in a power game, but you've also done some powerlifting. Is that right?
Yeah, been a powerlifting competitor since high school.
Oh, is that the sport you did in high school? Is weightlifting?
Yeah, powerlifting. I wanted to be on a wrestling team, but my school didn't have one, sadly.
That takes care of my next question. I was wondering how you train to throw a guy 6 rows deep, but now that makes sense.
Man, the town over from my school had one, but mine didn't. It sucked really because I feel like that would have been a lot of opportunities for, scholarships and stuff. So
yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Draven, you want to take us through his earlier career and?
I got a couple here. So. Of course, I'm going off of what I found on the net. So if anything's incorrect, obviously correct me. But
gotcha.
It says you started your pro career in 2007, correct?
It was at the very end of 2006, like December-ish. So you might as well say 2007.
Okay. And you started with IWA Mid-South, correct?
Didn't start with IWA Mid-South, but I started with some rinky-dink promotion in man, it was the most backwoods place I've ever started at. And it was they had insulation falling out it was horrible, but they had a ring and they was willing to let me wrestle. So that's how that got started.
Damn, that sounds like start for me. Shit.
That's how it starts, man.
It is. So take me through your first couple of years. Obviously when you're going in and you're green, you have this expectation, and especially a lot of these younger guys are 10 foot tall and their shit don't stink. What was the deciding factor of, okay, I really need to sit down and really listen to these guys, and I really don't know shit?
Full pain. Whenever it's about 6 to 8 months in, me and him had a match, and I was going over on him, and I called him Grandpa in the match just because the audience did, and I didn't realize at the time why that was a real insult. And then he took me, sat me down, explained to me why that was an insult. After we almost got in a fight backstage, because he was kind of bucking up on me about it, but I was insulting me. I guess he thought I was just trying to insult him. Right. And I didn't know why he was bucking up on me because I was green. I didn't know any better. And then he explained it to me and talked to me. And then he was like, well, kid, you want to learn the ropes, you come on the road with me. And I took him up on the offer, and that's how he ended up taking me under his wing.
Beautiful. Yeah, a lot of talent don't get that opportunity these days. They just go to a wrestling school. They get taught how to fucking do it. They don't really get taught the psychology. At least some of the schools around here.
Now, it's rare. There's not many people like that in the locker room anymore, sadly.
You're right. And it really is a dying commodity of how am I going to put this? Somebody that's willing to tell you the do's and the don'ts without being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And it's such a rare commodity, especially down here in Northeast Florida, because I know a couple promotions ain't gonna name them. We ain't gonna get into shit, but a lot of their
Payne actually
talent
lives in Florida now.
But a lot of the talent these days, you know, they might be in the business 1 year, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. You know, you're still learning at that point. I mean, I've been doing this 14 years and I'm still learning. So
Gary Lynn told me something. He had like a final farewell tour before he retired and from active in ring competition. And I was at one of his last shows, and I remember Jerry Lynn telling me that it was kind of sad in a way because he's like 2 or 3 matches from his last match after 2 decades plus or whatever it is, and he said he's still learning.
yeah,
Because besides knowing the basics and things like that, the business constantly evolves, and you can't stay at the same mindset you did like 5 years ago, even much less
correct.
10 years ago, 15, 20, because the business changes all the time, and you got to be able to evolve and change with it.
That's correct, without question. And a lot of the talent here, a lot of the older talent actually are just stuck in their ways. And it's one of those things where it's scaring a lot of people off that have a lot of great potential. But unfortunately, just because of how some are just set in their ways, you know, they don't get that opportunity that say somebody goes into Georgia and does it, or somebody goes to Alabama or Tennessee or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta have an open mindset to it, because like no matter how like we're all trained differently. We all have different methods and stuff. That doesn't mean that's the 100% correct and only way. You gotta have an open mind and realize there's pieces of everyone that is right, and there's pieces of everyone that's wrong. What works here may not work there. Every scenario is different.
Correct.
Yeah.
So take me through your time through IWA Mid-South.
That was a huge learning experience. That was probably some of the most fun I've had in my life being there. As far as in the business goes and stuff. Got to learn a lot and work with a hell of a lot of people. Whenever I first started there, it was with one of my best friends in the business, Isaiah. And after I started there with him, we did a little run and stuff. But then within 1 year, I got to work with like Devin Moore, Colt Cabana, BJ Whitmer, the Hurricane, like so many different names within like a year of being there. So I was always getting to face people who were at the time a lot better than me. And it helped me level up so much quicker than it did all the years before wrestling these guys who's been around like 30 years but haven't been anywhere.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's always, you never want to be the biggest fish in the pond. You've got to go against people that are better than you, or you'll never get better.
People get too comfortable and they like that feeling of, I guess, being at that level without having to try or whatever it may be.
Right. Now,
see, my theory's always been that there's a lot of people in the business that claim that they want to get somewhere, but they really don't, because the actions speak louder than words. You get complacent. You work the same shows in the same town, 30 minutes down the road or an hour away or whatever. And you do that shit over and over and over and over and over. Before you know it, 5 years has gone by, 10 years has gone by. And it may not be the same shows, but it's basically the same shows, And
and I've heard people give excuses about like say, well, I make good money here. Sometimes it's not always about the money. I would rather go somewhere and make half as much but get 50,000 fans watching me versus stay at somewhere that's a rinky-dink shit show, but I'll get paid like good money. Everybody didn't start this because this is going to be a political high-paying career. You can get there, yes, but you have to be smart about how you accommodate and do things with it. Just I tell people every time they ask me, like the casual general fans, I'll explain it to them so they understand. I'll tell them it's like being in a band. If you're in a band and you start off at these little shitty auditoriums and stuff and bars, and the next thing you know, you'll go into a bigger town, you build your bubble, going to a bigger town. But then sometimes you got bands that are satisfied with being cover bands in bars. It all depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, see, Florida is considered a hotbed, I guess. And back in my day, of course, I hate to say that, but I hate to use that term. But back in my day, I'm 53 years old, man. My career ended in like 2015. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, there was a lot more parity in the work. You know what I mean? Because we had all these people that would come down here from up north, try it out. So I had an opportunity to work. Plus, there was a lot of promoters that had the money to pay it. So you were able to get that experience. It's not really so much like that now. People are really kind of working for 4 or 5 promotions in Florida, and then there's the guys that travel, that go out of state, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's funny how guys that I don't personally think are all that great travel so much. It's weird, and it's a lot of it has to do with the politics in Florida. It's
other places are inviting, especially because they know the competition down here is really good, and to be in a situation where you're even offering yourself to go out of state if you're from Florida, they automatically listen to you. I mean, we're picking up. I mean, our calendar basically could be full from just Alabama and Georgia, completely smash full.
Yeah. And I know, like Kentucky, you guys have Ohio, Tennessee, Indiana. Like, it's all reachable, and that's something that I learned from John Strange, I was talking about earlier. But he lives down here now, so you know what I mean. But he's still traveling quite a bit. I
tried to make sure because I realized early on in Kentucky, a lot of times Kentucky is one of these. I have nothing against it at all, but I'm very selective about it. Kentucky, Tennessee, and places like that, they're very southern Memphis kind of based wrestling, and I'll try. I've never been huge on that kind. I'm just not that kind of wrestler myself, so I knew I had to get out of that kind of an area in order to accommodate the style that I like to do. So that's why a lot of times I'll wrestle like northeast up in Michigan, more of the kind of territory and area that match and accommodate what I do in the ring more so.
Sure.
Right. That makes total sense. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, an interesting thing that we found, and I haven't really picked this up in Georgia too much, but like in certain states, Alabama being one of them, Mississippi definitely another one, Tennessee's, where the spectacle is more important than the wrestling. Like they'll do 10 minutes bell to bell, and 8 minutes of it will be taunting the fans and like. That's a very hyperbolic and extreme example, but you kind of get the picture. Is that it's less about the wrestling in some places than it is about the entertainment portion. So it really is, as you're saying, you found the state and the area that fits your style best. You can do that in this business. I mean, if you're willing to get out of your comfort zone, you can find a place that fits what you do perfectly.
Yeah, you just got to be willing to get out there to do something like that and everything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people get so comfortable in there. It's like you said, you could have bookings. I could stay in Kentucky and probably make some good money and just wrestle here. But then next thing you know, like you said, it'd be 10 years down the line, and I'm a Kentucky legend, and that's it. I don't want that.
Right.
Yeah,
I got a question for you, Shane, and this is all sincerity, brother. Why the fuck are you not signed? Like after watching so much video on you, that's all. The only thing I think of is why is this guy not playing on Sunday? Why are we not seeing him? I mean, you're so innovative, and your style itself is innovative. And
man, I've worked in AEW, NXT. I've done a Raw and SmackDown, but I've never had one of those extensive tryouts yet at all. And I feel like a lot of it just comes, to be honest with you, I'm not very good at the political game. I go do my job, I wrestle, usually go get something to eat, and then I'm heading out.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the after show stuff a lot of time more than your talent sometimes. And it's more about who you eat with better sometimes than it is what you can do in the ring, which is weird, but that's how it works.
Yeah, because I would have thought in an instant, especially when Vince was still running the show, that you would have been a Vince guy all day long.
Yeah, just pure athlete. And they say they're looking for pure athletes, and you have the physique, obviously, you have the strength, obviously. I haven't read too much about you having too many injuries that have kept you out for any period.
Yeah, I've actually been blessed and never had an injury since I started like that kept me out ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And see, that's the kind of guy that, like, I don't know if you know who Josh Dawkins is. He's Malik Blade in NXT. He's a local guy that I kind of helped along the way when he first started, because he came out of that school down here that nobody likes to talk about, and nobody would book him. And I started booking him, and I kept telling him on car rides, I'm like, bro, if you're not playing on Sunday in 2 years, I'll be amazed. And sure enough, he got signed. But he was not, his in-ring, his athleticism was amazing, but his psychology and in-ring ability were, because he'd only been in for 2 years. But they got a hold of him, and they've made something out of him. And it's like, I see all these guys that have their own little niche and their own little cool thing about them, like you, that nobody else is doing what you're doing. Nobody.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? And why are we not seeing that on the big stage? And I just, it's amazing to me, man. Like, you should have been signed. From the stuff I saw you doing 3 years ago, you should have been signed. And I could, especially with the way AEW is running, where the wrestling actually matters, and it's not as storyline heavy as WWE. I could see you doing AEW and being a top guy like that, and it baffles me. Like, what are they missing, or what are we missing that's not bridging the gap to get you there? And that's it's. I know that's a funky question, but
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's they want to see me do more character stuff or something like that, or if it just has to do with the political game in general, or I'm not going out to eat with the right people. I have no idea. I'm 100% ready to go right now. I don't want to end up being one of those what if conversations in like 15 years. I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
I've heard that about a lot of independent talents before who are great and should have been signed, but you hear, man, they were so good, and it's like a condescending, almost compliment. And I don't want to be that way, because I'm ready to go right now. But it's just figuring out, like, all right, what the hell do I need, or how do I open these guys' eyes, or what? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting around, so it's not like it's a where you're at thing. You know what I mean? It's like I say, it's mind-boggling. I mean, I had heard of you and seen a little bit of video on you before, but and I was like, holy shit, that guy's awesome. And then I kind of, over the course of time, and then whenever Dark told me that he was going to have you on the show, I was like, man, this dude's amazing. Like, of all the guys to have on the show, to be able to have an opportunity to pick his brain and find out, if you were me and you help young guys along, what's the best advice you would offer right now, as far as today and what's going on? Get on the road. And also, something that has changed since I first started, even, and it's changing more and more every year. Make sure you are very acclimated to social media for that audience. There's a whole audience that's online that don't probably ever go to shows. It's so comfortable now to watch everything from IWTV to Fight TV to WWE to AEW, whatever. They can sit at home comfortably and watch it, and they don't care about going to shows. You got to be able to accommodate to both worlds of fans. Some people love to follow you, and it's a lot more nowadays than just wrestling. You got to show them a little bit of character, personality. They want to see what you do in real life, what movies you like, what games you like, where you go, everything about you. Be able to feed them so much outside the environment of just wrestling itself. Absolutely. I'd love to see you down here with CCW or Thunder or FIP. FIP would be a great fit for you. Just because a lot of eyes get on FIP. There's a lot of eyes. You look at the list of champions that have come through there. I mean, you got like Dean Ambrose and, oh my God, Dean Ambrose, Roger Strong. There's a new kid down here. I don't know if you know him, August Artois, that's only been in the business like 3 years, but he's tearing it up. And, Brian Brock, there's a bunch of guys down here that you would have incredible matches with, man. And maybe someday you can get down here and we have a chance to see that. That'd be awesome.
And I'm down for wrestling anywhere on this earth. I'm down for it.
I got you.
All right, well, let's take a quick pause and talk about tonight's sponsor, Straight Pig Gummies. 10 milligrams of Delta 9 THC in each. These cases come in 30 count. They have a couple of different flavors, a watermelon vodka flavor and a strawberry kiwi vodka flavor. The taste amazing. The flavor profiles are awesome. Delta 9 THC shipped directly to your door. You can check the link in the description or in the boxes surrounding the video players. And I will put the link in the chat boxes right now. Use our link, you get free shipping, and if you buy 4 bottles, they give you a free beanie. Not too bad. I enjoy the gummies a lot. So
they make our road trips a lot better. I'll put it that way.
Yep, indeed. So, all right, carry on, guys. Just got to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I love paying bills.
Shane, have you been to Japan? Have you had a chance to go to Japan yet? Have you been to Japan yet?
I went to Japan this past July.
Oh, nice. What was the experience like?
That was amazing, dude. My first time over there, I didn't expect to face somebody as big of a name, but got to lock up with Jun Kasai. So that was really cool to get to wrestle him my first time over there.
That's cool.
And just the environment over there, man. If I was going to compare it to people, I tell people about it whenever they ask me about it. Japan is how America is about football, about wrestling.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely. They still think it's real, man. They still believe it. They look at it as a sport. That's very cool.
Well, they respect everything over there, and from the food is amazing. Like I remember, I tell people this story, and they're mind blown by it. But me and 4 other guys went out and got white 16-ounce Wagyu steaks, 2 sides, and a soda, which is just Coke mainly over there. And for all of us, it cost a little over 4,000 something yen, and that transfers to like $36 American.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, we got a 16-ounce Wagyu, 2 sides, and a soda for like $9.
Jesus Christ!
Awesome.
Yeah.
And their quality of food is so much better than what we have.
It is.
Yeah.
That just kind of shows you sometimes how over here in America we just explode on our prices and kind of screw everybody all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy who trained me, Dory Funk Jr., he's 80, probably 82 now. He could go to Japan right now and sell out a place. They latch on to people, and you're legends there for a long time. They don't forget. It's their
they're very, very giving. Awesome audience over there, always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you got to. Have you been to Europe at all?
No, not yet.
Yeah, that seems to be a trend that I've noticed with a lot of people from Florida. They're especially the girls. They're getting booked. There's a few guys, but the girls are getting booked over in Europe a lot, and coming back with that that British strong style influence, and it's kind of fun to watch because they end up beating the complete shit out of the other chicks that they did a year. 3 months ago they were just having hey girl matches. Now they're over here and they're throwing bones at them. It's kind of fun to watch.
So what do you enjoy? Do you watch wrestling? Some of us do, some of us don't. When you're in the business, are you a fan still?
Yeah, I still keep up with AEW. I still keep up with WWE. I don't watch as much of the New Japan stuff and everything, but I still keep up when I can with some of the matches and whatnot. But I've been following it and never have stopped since I was little. I've never had let go or nothing like that.
That's awesome. It's funny when you mentioned. I'm sure I'm a few years older than you, more than a few years, but you mentioned the Ultimate Warrior. I was a little stinger, so I know the whole the colors
feeling,
and definitely.
It's crazy.
Here, I'll go ahead and date I'll go ahead and date myself. Ready? Ernie Ladd. Dusty Rhodes.
Old motherfucker.
Ernie Ladd, man. Ernie Ladd was my
old,
shit.
demented, fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's bad, man. It's bad when you get old.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
I've been
Yeah, it is
watching.
weird because I'll try to explain sometime to like some of the, I don't want to say greener kids, but like younger guys in wrestling who are like just starting in their very, very early 20s. And I'll try to talk about like how mega popular and crazy it was, like Hulkamania at its peak. Like,
Yeah.
and they'll just kind of roll their eyes or something. And I'm like, I don't think that, because I've lived through Hulkamania at his peak, Stone Cold at his peak, John Cena at his peak, Roman Reigns at his peak. But yet, no, I don't feel like sometimes nothing hits like when Hulkamania was at his peak. That felt so different and crazy, like popular level.
Yeah,
And the
Look,
Stone Cold deal felt even different than that. So it's weird kind of explaining it because I think they think that I'm just like blowing wind up their ass because it was during my time or something, but they just don't get it sometimes.
yeah. Most kids today, even wrestlers, don't know anything about the territory days. Don't realize that there was wrestling before Vince McMahon. You know, it's crazy. Like they were. What was the? I mean, even way back in black and white TV days, they were selling out stadiums for wrestling. I mean, it's been huge forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Well, the
think
thing is,
wrestling's
man.
still thriving today, honestly, really good with the amount that's out there and it's still being
Yeah.
sold out everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, no,
Hell yeah.
I think we're probably since the late '90s, we're in the best place in wrestling history right now. We've got three real worldwide companies in New Japan, AEW and WWE. You got major indies like GCW and Impact. Thank God moved back to TNT. I mean,
hold on. There you go.
TNA.
Right.
My bad.
There we go.
TNA. Yeah, I had the hardest time with that the other day on our last show. I could not say it was TNT and TNA and fuck. It was all fucked up. Too much weed. But this is a great time to be in the industry right now. And more options as a worker than ever before.
Oh, 100%. All you got to do is be willing to get your ass out there and go.
So how did you first get together with GCW?
I just showed up. It was right after the viral video of me doing the bleachers, where I picked those up, and I got in Sports Illustrated for it. That was kind of going around viral at the time. And I've always been good friends with Reed Bentley and Murdoch, John Wayne Murdoch, and from our IWA days. And they was going up to GCW, and I seen how they was catching wind and becoming really popular. And I was like, you know what? I'd like to go see one of these shows. And I messaged Brett, and I was like, hey, I'm not on the show, I know, but I just want to let you know I'll be there. And he was like, okay, cool. Then I got in the show, debuted and won a scramble, and I've been there ever since.
Has that kind of been your preferred, the hardcore style? Has that kind of been your thing forever, or?
It's not always been my thing because I like going and doing regular matches and stuff. It's just I've kind of, I mean, you probably realize what I'm talking about once I say it. I've done so much like strength style stuff that I got kind of backed into a wall with it. When I first started wrestling, I wasn't primarily strength. I was a high flyer. I would fly around the ring and I would do like coast to coast, ranas, head scissors and stuff. It's just now I pull it out every now and then because I've been backed into a wall so much with the strength stuff that people want to see that the most more than the other stuff that I'm capable of. Like I love to go in there and do technical matches. I love to apply submissions and stuff sometimes in there and just go. But I also wanted to show that I'm kind of a utility tool. I can do intergender. I can do tag team with my teams like Iron Beast, me and KTB, or me and Isaiah NVD and do that stuff. I want to show that I can do death matches and hang with them. I want to show I can go in there with people like Jonathan Grisham, Josh Alexander, and have badass matches with them, or I can do house fights. I want to show that I can do everything.
You just had a match recently with a guy that's probably on the verge of getting signed. Well, I know he's working for Ring of Honor. Damn, what's his name? I know you guys are going to yell at me for not knowing this, but once we figure it out, he just had a match with Orange Cassidy a couple weeks ago. He wears the black hat. Black dude wears the black.
Oh,
Brian
Lee,
Keith.
the guy with the poncho.
Brian Keith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, Brian Keith. How was that? How was that? He's amazing too, man.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a great person to wrestle with. He's always been
Really?
down to earth and a cool guy too.
Nice. Have you known him for a while?
For a few years, about 2 or 3 years.
Oh, right on. Oh, right on. That's cool. Yeah, he's stud.
Yeah, 'cause he's out of Texas, but we've ran into each other everywhere but Texas or Kentucky.
Yeah.
What?
Texas is kind of a hotbed too, from what I see.
Yeah, they've grown quite a bit in the past few years with Loco Wrestling and a few other ones that's going on down there.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite guy to work with as far as you feel you got the best chemistry, or you guys just, it's smooth every time? Who's like that one opponent?
Me and Isaiah always had cool matches. Me and KTB, my partners, I've always had good chemistry with them just because I know them so well. Me and Calvin Tankman and Congo Kong always have great. Like I can go in there with them and have amazing matches every time. I feel like. Hell, I like going in there with Schlack. I love the wildness every time we beat the hell of each other. It's so crazy that I love that. I mean, it just really depends. There's a different person for each genre.
Yeah, it's fun to have a buddy that you can beat the shit out of, and it's like, you know what I mean? That's so much fun. I remember those days.
Yeah,
it makes the best teammates sometimes. The ones you can knock the jaw out of, they get out of range.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go to Denny's 50 miles away and be good with it. That's awesome.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, man, I feel you.
So, were you ever involved in any other combat sports?
Yeah, I did mixed martial arts for a little while.
Nice.
If you ever notice, this is something a lot of people didn't know, but if you ever notice when I talk, sometimes I'll talk out one side of my mouth. I have a little bit of Sylvester Stallone deal going on. That's why if I talk, this side of my lip over here on the bottom is paralyzed from doing mixed martial arts because I have this side of my face going all the way up to my ear is nothing but metal all through my jaw.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that was from one of my last mixed martial arts fights. I won the fight, but I fought a Golden Glove boxer and got my jaw broke, and I didn't know it at the time. Because after it, a lot of times if you sparred or done anything like that before, you'll notice you'll get what they call it like tight jaw, where you bite down and it's kind of like rough because you took a lot of shots. I thought it was that, but you have to get mandatory checked out after the fight. Then when they checked me out, they told me my jaw up here was shattered by the nerve ending, and I was like, huh? Because I was talking to them like normal. But then they did the surgery, put the plate in, and I guess they cut through the nerve during the surgery, and it made this part of my lip. And I can't feel none of this up here going through down, which was also kind of a blessing being in wrestling because now I don't feel anything on this side.
That's the side to have it if you're gonna have, huh?
It's impossible to get stiff.
Yeah, I mean, I've took super kicks on this side, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, brother, you okay?" I'm like, "Dude, I legit can't feel. Fuck it, whatever."
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Too much, man. So you run into that left-footed kicker.
Yeah, then I'm like, wait, hold on, other side.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not wrestling? I mean, do you, other than wrestling in the gym, what do you do to relax? What do you what's your thing?
I think about the gym and wrestling.
Yeah, shoot job?
I usually I'm a pretty big gamer. I game out a lot. I love watching movies and stuff like that. I get into that, watching some shows and stuff. I'm a comic book crossover collector, meaning like I'll only collect like I've always been into it, and I think it's weird even in wrestling, but I enjoy the hell out of it. I have stacks like boxes and boxes of comic books that are like Predator versus Superman, or like Batman versus aliens, or like
nice.
I have all the crossovers of Marvel and DC. I have like Savage Dragon versus Judge Dredd, just some of the weirdest, craziest out there stuff, and I have them together. Like I have one that's like worth over $100, and it's like Terminator versus Predator versus Alien, all in one comic. And I think that stuff's just so badass, and I've always loved it.
That is cool shit, man. That's cool.
What kind of games are you into?
I'm in. Only thing I don't like. I'm a pretty broad gamer. Only thing I don't like is the popular multiplayer games. I'm not big into going online and cussing people out and doing all that shit. I kind of like the single player story stuff. Like I love the Metal Gear Solid series, God of War, Last of Us. I love my stories on my games.
Yeah, I'm deep into the Yakuza stories right now.
And there's so many of those now. There's like 6 normal, and then they got like the other ones that branched off, and then that one Judgment and Lost Judgment. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I just finished the Dragon Gaiden, the newest one, and then it's not tonight, baby.
What are you doing?
I'm scratching an itch.
Can I at least say hi?
Come on. This is my daughter, Minor Cordz. This is Jesus fucking Christ, Shane Mercer, big time wrestler. I'm sorry, I'm lost my mind.
That man could kick our asses.
Bullshit. He's
He's
hot.
I couldn't say that, but yeah, that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
She can't hear you, so yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
It's cool. Hundreds of thousands of people can hear us, so
yeah,
fuck it.
Say hi and hit the road. Hit the road.
We'll see you next week.
That's our minute with Minor.
Yeah, minute with Minor.
Sorry for blanking on your name, dude. I am high, and she flustered me. She comes in. She's crazy. She's a competitive dancer, and everything she does, she's like the teenager's teenager. She's everything pop. She's into everything that's big right now. She's into. She just had to get a. What was that? What's that ridiculous cup that the Stanley Cup? She had to get a Stanley Cup. Anything that's
those are like $50, aren't they?
Everything that's in today, she's all over. It's ridiculous.
No way I'm paying $50 for a cup. Sorry.
No, my $8 Walmart cup from 8 years ago works just fine still.
Shit, I've had this big gulp cup for about 3 weeks.
Very nice.
Well, look at you, big balling motherfucker.
Yep, that's right.
Oh man. So what you got coming up soon that people can watch out for you, Shane?
I'll be debuting at AML in North Carolina on the 20th or the 23rd. I'm pretty sure about one of those dates. My bad if I'm mistaken on those. I got Premier Pro coming up. I got GCW coming up. Mega Championship Wrestling coming up. I'd have to pull my calendar out, but I'm pretty full almost every weekend for the next 2 or 3 months. Got Bar Slam again coming up. I got some WrestleMania weekend bookings coming up throughout the week. I just got booked in a mosh pit death match battle royal during a live concert. And so that'll be interesting.
Wow.
What?
What?
A mosh pit? Say that again.
Okay.
Mosh pit death match battle royal.
Yeah, Schlack has a band, and in his band, he does his death metal band. And during the middle of the band, he wants a mosh pit of wrestlers doing death matches during his band's last concert. And yeah, it's what it sounds like.
Now, Dark, I've said this many times before that I will never do another death match as long as I live. But
that one sounds interesting.
This intrigues me.
That sounds interesting.
I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, no.
Man, last WrestleMania, I did one of those no ring matches, and that was kind of out there. It was a no ring show that had strippers in between each match, and it was inside of an art gallery at 1 a.m.
Why do you sound like Fest Wrestling?
Wow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Sounds just like Fest.
That's fucking
so are we going to be seeing you back on OVW TV anytime soon? Because not Fridays when I was actually able to catch up on OVW, and you had
you've been seeing me on there mostly weekly. You'll see a watered down Mercer on there.
Watered down.
But still, the match that you had was fucking great. I mean, I had
it's nothing. I just they don't want me to do all my crazy shit, so I have to water it down a little bit.
So you gotta get watered down, but Al Snow can still get head every week. That's fucked up.
You had a chance to work with Luke Curtis yet?
What is it?
Have you worked with Luke Curtis yet? at OVW?
No, not yet. Luke Curtis is a cool dude though.
Yeah, he is cool as shit. Yeah, he's from down here. Yeah,
Yeah, I like Luke. He's a good dude.
He is a real good dude. Absolutely. Come a long way quick too, man.
So where do you come? Where do you come up with some of your moves? Like the one that most that I think is the coolest is the power bomb setup into a power slam.
Oh, the God mode power slam, yeah.
Yeah, that. Where did you come up with stuff like that?
Just trying it. To be honest with you, a lot of it's like physics based. I don't think of like. It ain't necessarily that I'm thinking of crazy stuff. I just think of the physics that goes along with it. It's like when I told you my moonsault and battery, that backflip follow away. It's literally me holding on to somebody, and then their weight's here, and then as I fall, that makes it shift, and I add a little jump, boom, pop over. And it's just like with the power bomb, power slam. With their arms between their legs, if I get enough momentum, I can make them come right back to their feet, and then I just hook them for a power slam. So essentially, it's a lot of fancy shit into something that's basic.
Yeah, that's badass.
The first time I saw that, I literally jumped out my fucking seat. I was like, "Holy shit, Dark! What the fuck, man?" He's like, "It's fucking Shane Mercer," and we're like, "How's this guy not fucking booked?" He's like, "You want me to reach out and see if he'll come on the show?" Fuck yeah! This was like 4 months ago. Yeah, and this has been quite a while in the making.
Yeah, we've been excited for this.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I asked this for everybody. If you had a choice of what major promotion, and by major promotion I mean anything like MLW, TNA, ROH, anything that caliber up, where would you want to land and basically finish your career?
Anywhere that would let me go, honestly. Of course, I would love to go to WWE because that's where I grew up and that's my first thing that I fell in love with growing up. So that would be cool, kind of like a swan song kind of deal there. But
Right.
of course, there would be the worry of if I could get to that point to be able to have the freedom build up, to have the safety and acknowledgement, trust to do things the way I like to do them. And then, of course, AEW, I feel like I'd have a little bit more freedom there to do that. And then New Japan, too, I love my experience there. Instantly fell in love with that. So really, I'm not picky with it. I just want to go somewhere to where I can be seen on a worldwide audience and blow minds and not let some of these other guys do my moves on mainstream TV and then claim it's theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Well,
I was just thinking about that. I was like, I wonder how many turds are at training academies across the country trying to do that fall away backflip.
There's a few people that does it. Bandito does it. Hangman Page does a kind of a weird version of it. Logan Paul just did it not too long ago.
You can do it off the springboard though, right?
I do it off the middle rope, and I can springboard and do it.
Yeah, I've seen you do it off the springboard. That's crazy.
So that's why I started doing it to guys that are like 350 pounds plus, because I was like, all right, guys, mimic this. Go for it.
Yeah.
That one you did on Congo Kong was fucking amazing.
So have you ever wrestled anyone that could legitimately outpower you?
Not that I know of, to be honest. There's people I've wrestled that's obviously got better lifts than me and some stuff, but a lot of the times it's like kind of just heavier strongman type guys, like where they can deadlift or something like that. But when it comes to like me bench pressing or military pressing or curling or something like that, I haven't met anybody as of yet to do anything like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but a lot of times and I won't name any names for obvious reasons, but a lot of times the guys that you meet that are super built or strong are not. They're more bodybuilders than anything.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is it's hard to tell sometimes who's just a body guy.
And it's weird. I made a post on Twitter the other day about it. In wrestling, it's always been it's been a niche with me because it's kind of condescending. But in wrestling, it has to be that way. If you're tall or fat, it means you're strong. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know.
That's the case. We're strong as fuck.
Well, it's always been like that, and I don't know why. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's true.
But like guys like, and I'm sure that they're way stronger than us, but guys like, Brian Cage and Hammerstone and those guys, I wonder how like legit moving human flesh strong all these guys are.
Yeah, I mean, it's dead weight. Well, it's not really dead weight, but it's close. You're going to get to dead weight,
Right.
And it's not distributed perfectly like you are in the gym. But
I've been in the ring with Brian Cage before. He's a strong dude, 100%.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Be nice, Art. Be nice about that. I said, be nice about it.
Yeah. Love Brian Cage.
Yeah, me and him's been talking about for over a year now, needing to team up and face some people. Somebody would book it.
I can't see why that wouldn't get booked.
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, yeah.
Well, Shane, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Hell, you can find me across all social medias mostly. You can find me on X, you can find me on Threads, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook page, you can find me on YouTube. You
have the same username?
Anything. Look up either on X, you can find me at the Iron Demon. All of the other ones will be Shane Mercer. If you can't find me on those, search the social media name you want to look me up on, and then search the Iron Demon Shane Mercer along beside it, and you'll find me on it easy.
Outstanding.
Beautiful.
Draven, do you have anything else you want to go over with him? I know he's driving home. I don't want to keep him too long.
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Shane, it was a pleasure to meet you. It was an honor to have you on our show. I sincerely hope you don't crash again. Get home safe, brother. And hopefully down the road we could probably do a part 2.
Oh, for sure. Thank you all for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
send you, this will be released as audio podcast tomorrow morning. I'll send you a link to it so you can take a listen. And I put it up on YouTube as well, so I'll send you that link as well.
All right, cool deal. I'll promote it on all the socials and get it out there.
Outstanding.
Beautiful,
Thank you,
brother.
Shane.
Beautiful.
Thank you, man.
Have a good night,
Thank you all
man.
for having me. I appreciate it, y'all.
All right.
Adios.
Yes, sir.
Hold on a second. All right. Well, thank you, Shane, for coming out. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. I don't know why when Miner showed up, I got a little tongue twisted, but
I think we need to get Jim Cornette on here next week.
I think Jim Cornette can suck my cock.
I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
I would.
But no, legitimately, I would love to be able to pick his fucking brain.
Come on.
I mean, I need content for Draven's G-Spot at OnlyFans. Come on, man. I'm still waiting on you to fuck a cheesecake so I can post it. God damn.
Yeah, I thought about it. I had peanut butter cup cheesecake. Just a little piece. There's a little piece about that big. And I ate that motherfucker like a Scooby snack.
You are hooked. You are hooked on the cheesecake.
Dude, I'm telling you, when he comes up here, we have got to take him to the Cheesecake Factory.
Bro, we have a Cheesecake Factory here.
Yeah, but you're coming up here.
Winn-Dixie cheesecake. Because they have all the chocolate and Oreo and all that shit. I don't want to eat fucking strawberry vanilla cheesecake, although I would eat strawberry.
Dude, they've got 100 different kinds of cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory.
Legitimately, I think it's like 37. They have like 37 styles.
You can get truffles in your cheesecake. You can have turtles in your cheesecake. You can have...
Dude, if you pay the fucking server enough, you can say, I want that cheesecake on that server's tit using her foot as a fucking fork.
I doubt it.
I don't.
Let me ask you, does Cheesecake Factory have good regular food? Or is it good food too, or is it just cheesecake?
No, I enjoy the food. Their menu is crazy. They've got like every style of food.
Think of it as the quality of Chili's. That's not how good their food is.
Chili's sucks.
It's not bad, but it's not good. I mean, it's better than Applebee's.
I don't know.
Applebee's is like going through the frozen section at Walmart.
I went to see Christian. Me and Kelsey went to see Christian like a week and a half ago,
and
I had a quesadilla salad. Holy shit, was that good! At Applebee's, it was amazing. I mean, it's basically a salad with a quesadilla around it, but the dressing was.
I've had that salad.
That salad was amazing, man.
Well, I'm just not the biggest fan of Applebee's.
Dude, I'm never eating again. I'm never eating again.
No, this fat motherfucker.
Yes, this fat motherfucker.
Piece of shit.
God damn it! I stepped on the scale this evening. Now, granted, it was in the evening. I could lose 5 pounds in a shit, but but dude, I am not pleased at all.
Look, you got 2 weeks to get that shit off.
I'm going. I mean,
technically a week if you include FWE, but it's not like we're doing any bumping.
Yeah, fuck FWE.
I mean, you guys are going to do that?
I mean, no, Rip is doing it. We're gonna go walk him out.
Well, I don't know if New Wave calls and says they need us for a spot. I'll probably just go to my car and go to New Wave.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 3.5 hours one way, but I'm getting paid. I'm getting actual ring time. I'm not just going up there to talk shit to the fans.
Yeah, true that. So this is the first time we've all been together in about a little over a week. What you got? What's going on?
Man, I've been working like a motherfucker, man.
I know, but a lot of your stories come from work.
Really, it's been uneventful because of the weather. We've been dead. We've been kind of dead. It hasn't been super busy. Yeah, the weather keeps them away here, man. We've had so much rain and storms. I mean, I cut down a tree in the parking lot last week one day. That was all fucked up. We had to cut down a fucking palm tree because it was going to fall on cars. I mean, without a doubt. So we waited till closed, and went out there and roped it. And I got up on a forklift and a pallet and cut it. We cut it down. No Home Depot safety measures were employed.
To be fair, the store was closed at that time.
Well,
were you in violation of any OSHA rules?
No, I'm out there with the store manager and 2 department supervisors, and they're all standing down there giving me advice. And I'm like, which one of you motherfuckers wants to come up here with a chainsaw with the wind blowing on a pallet?
How many managers does it take to cut down a tree?
Yeah, and I'm thinking, aren't we in a? I mean, isn't there another pay grade of motherfucker that should be out here? Like we have guys.
Another pay grade of motherfucker.
Why is it put that on a fucking flat cart guy out here?
Another pay grade of motherfucker.
I had questions, believe me.
Another pay grade of motherfucker.
I'm up there fucking blowing around like a fucking flagpole.
What are you doing?
I got my fucking leg wrapped around a tree that's probably gonna fall anyway.
I'm blind. I'm deaf. I wanna be a.
You should have just cut the whole motherfucker down from the stump. Fuck it.
Yeah. There was nowhere to drop it. It was leaning towards the actual parking lot.
Let it fall in the parking lot.
No, I had to cut a little bit at a time. It was 20 foot tall.
Oh,
tall. I just cut I'd go down about 6 feet cut, 6 feet cut, 6 feet cut. And cut it off a stump. And the fucking manager's like, we got to make sure we get a stump grinder guy out here so nobody knows we cut this tree down. I was like, bitch. They're going to know you cut the tree down because there's not a tree there anymore.
Was it in like a fucking blind spot on camera or some shit? Like nobody sees that tree ever?
And then I'm thinking to myself, this is a motherfucker that manages a business that does $800,000 a week in sales. I wonder what his resume looked like. Our store man, he's cool as shit, but he cracks me up, man. He's a funny guy.
Oh, I'm crying.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, OSHA measures were not necessarily taken. Oh, I don't work at Home Depot. I work at Lowe's. I work at Lowe's, yes.
I work at Lowe's,
yeah.
Work in the garden department of Walmart.
Walmart.
He works at Scotty's Hardware, all fucking 23.
Yeah, I work at Ace Hardware. I work at Ace Hardware in the garden department.
There you go.
Oh my god.
That's good shit.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
Different great, a motherfucker.
Welcome to Talking Shit at Night.
Oh my god.
Mercer missed all this. Shane missed all this.
Yeah.
I want him to get
You know
all.
what it is? I mean, truthfully, can you guys give me a reason why that fucking dude isn't signed?
None.
Like, for real.
None.
Dude,
Like,
I seriously think it's exactly what he said. It's the politic game, and he don't want to play it.
Yeah, but look, man. Look, I didn't even know him. You know what I mean? I never met Shane Mercer before. I don't know that dude. I watched his YouTube videos for about an hour today. And the first 15 minutes, the question was the same as it was as the last 15 minutes. Why is this motherfucker not doing mainstream shit? He's fucking amazing, man. And there might be guys that do some of his shit, but nobody's doing all of his shit. And nobody has his look, and nobody has his power. You know, and you can tell that these little guys that work with him, you can tell when they're in a match with him that they completely trust him. So he's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're not out there. You know when guys are out there and they're shitting their pants. These guys are out there. They believe in him. You know, and he's earned that. That's a trust he's earned. And how does that not translate to a roster? Tell me you couldn't make money with that fucking guy.
Dude, if we fucking lost a major promotion, he would be top of the list.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you tell me you wouldn't watch a match with him and Seth, or him in a match with Hangman, or him in a match with fucking
him and Claudio.
Yeah,
him and Claudio would be a fucking dream match.
Yeah, tell me you wouldn't want to watch that. I mean, that I would tune in just for that.
Him and Hobbs.
That's honest, man. That's straight up.
Him and Hobbs. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, there's just it's criminal. It's criminal.
Yeah, he's got it.
100%.
It's just the fucking.
I mean, he does a decent promo too. I saw a couple of his promos. His promos are good.
Really?
You know? Yeah. He's like a 5-star guy. It's not even that he's a total package. He's a little bit more. It's I don't know.
They have to know about him. There's no way that the major. I mean, he's worked for them all as enhancement talent, so they know him. They've seen him.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Maybe they're like, hey, we should look at that guy, and then they never do. Or hey, we should look at that guy and never do. They do that. That happens. You know, and he's right. It is a lot of it is about who you have dinner with, and you know what seminars you go to, and blah 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 blah. They get to see there. But I guarantee Gabe Sapolsky. If Gabe Sapolsky doesn't know about him, I'd be amazed. I'd be amazed if he didn't. If he does, that would be the only explanation. Is if he just doesn't know about him. You know, but he's got to. I'm sure he does.
I'm sure every office knows about him.
You know, I mean, one of the first things I'm going to do when I hang up with you guys is figure out how to book this fucking guy, and then I'm going to hit Nick up for the next Kid Fest. We just got,
Yeah.
I want to get him to Florida because maybe the right eyes will get on him in Florida. He needs CCW would be good for him. FIP would be FIP. If he doesn't get signed after working for FIP, there's something seriously missing. But I don't know that they would pay flying down here and all. I'm not sure how that works.
Sure.
Dark, didn't you get his email?
That's what I've been using, yeah.
Yeah, well, get something email and let him reach out. Okay.
Oh, I can get him. I'll get him. Don't worry. I'll get him. You guys will see him in Florida. You will see him in Florida in the next 365 days. I will guarantee.
You heard it here first.
One way or another.
We had a good crowd for him tonight. We have over 1,000 people watching.
That's beautiful.
Good.
That's beautiful.
And then, of course, the podcast will be much bigger. So
we appreciate all you guys, man.
Every single one of you guys. Thank you guys for sticking along for this crazy ass ride.
It's been fun.
I'm thinking chicken tacos tonight.
Oh god.
Nice.
Well, Dark's not eating. Dark's not eating anymore, so we can't have this conversation with him.
Yeah.
What did you eat already?
Huh?
What did you eat already? Did you eat tonight at all?
Not tonight. No, I haven't eaten since about 2.
Yeah, you need some chicken tacos.
You do.
Or you need a DoorDash. DoorDash. See, we won't know if you DoorDash.
Oh, we'll know. We'll know.
I don't hide it. Like if I say if I eat some shit, I'm gonna say I eat some shit. It's just.
Well, I'm not breaking your balls anyway. I'm a fat kid. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, we're all fat kids.
Yeah, I gotta get 15 pounds off immediately. Immediately.
How much?
15.
He wants 15.
What the fuck? All right, this guy.
What's up?
Holy shit, we're banning this guy. Peace out, motherfucker.
Oh, no. Talk to us.
Oh, no. He's throwing up swastikas and...
Oh, yeah, no. Fuck that fucking racist.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Invite him on.
Not even granting that shit.
I had fun with a motherfucker like that.
You fucking,
yeah, you would.
fucking sick piece of fucking shit. God damn it. If anyone saw that before I deleted it, I apologize. Fucking can't believe that. Alright, well. On that note, I would like to very much thank Shane Mercer for joining us tonight.
Yes.
I really enjoyed talking to him. Hope you guys enjoyed listening.
Yep.
And we'll have him on again, hopefully. Hopefully he enjoyed himself enough for that.
Yes, sir. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. If you're seeing this on Trovo, Twitch, Discord, what the fuck else ever we're on that fucking everything but MySpace, apparently. Fucking hit that follow button. And please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the merch.
The merch is beautiful.
We got TFK hats. We got HSP hats. We got HSP t-shirt.
We got the new
we got
talking
everything.
shit. Sometimes it hurts shirt with your boys having a painful discussion.
God damn, Jackie.
Yeah, we got the brand new Forbidden Kingdom hats. We got OG shit. We got new shit. We got some stuff coming down the pipeline in the next couple months, so you don't want to miss it. Everything is basically at cost. It is as cheap as we can make it without actually losing money. Get the shit. It's good stuff, good quality, and it keeps the brand alive.
No more kibbles and bits for you, bitch.
Yeah, dog farts is rough. It's rough.
It smells like if somebody took a shit in a bag of old salad.
Oh, damn, bro. That's nice. That's nice. That is nice.
Oh, fuck.
We should end on that note.
We will end on that note. So, once again, a big thank you to Shane Mercer for hanging out with us tonight. For Draven Grimes and Thump Dupree, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.